What if I told you that sometimes the smartest financial decision looks like the dumbest one? Today, I'm going to share a story that will change how you think about poor people and their choices forever. This is about Maria, a single mother who shocked her entire neighborhood when she bought a car instead of saving for a house. But what happened next will blow your mind. Maria Rodriguez lived in a tiny apartment in Detroit with her two kids, Emma and Carlos. Every morning, she woke up at 4 a.m. to catch 3 different buses just to get to her cleaning job across town. The journey took 2 hours each way. That's 4 hours every single day just traveling to work. Her neighbors thought she was crazy when she spent her entire savings, all $3,000, on an old Honda Civic instead of putting it toward a house down payment. "Maria's making another poor decision," they whispered. "No wonder she's still poor." But Maria had a plan that nobody understood. You see, those 4 hours on buses weren't just wasted time. They were stolen dreams. While other people spent those hours sleeping, exercising, or being with family, Maria spent them waiting at bus stops in the rain, snow, and blazing heat. The buses were often late, making her late for work. She'd already received 2 warnings from her boss. One more, and she'd be fired. Without that job, Maria and her kids would lose everything. But there was something else nobody knew. During those long bus rides, Maria wasn't just sitting there. She was studying. She had borrowed library books about business and was taking free online courses on her phone. She had a dream to start her own cleaning business. The day Maria bought that car, everything changed. Her 2-hour commute became a 20-minute drive. Suddenly, she had 3 hours back in her day. 3 whole hours. What did she do with that time? She didn't watch TV or scroll through social media. No, Maria used every single minute to build her future. She started cleaning houses in her neighborhood during her extra hours. Word spread quickly about the hardworking woman who showed up on time, every time, because she had reliable transportation. Within 3 months, Maria had 5 regular clients. Within 6 months, she had 15. The money started flowing in ways she'd never imagined. But this story gets even more incredible. Remember Emma and Carlos, Maria's kids? Before the car, Maria couldn't attend their school events. She couldn't help with homework because she got home exhausted at 8 p.m. every night. Now, she picked them up from school herself. She helped with homework. She attended every parent-teacher conference, every school play, every soccer game. Her kids' grades went from C's and D's to A's and B's. Emma, who used to be quiet and withdrawn, became confident and outgoing. Carlos stopped getting into trouble at school because his mom was finally present in his life. The neighbors who had criticized Maria's car purchase began to notice. This woman who they thought was making poor choices was now thriving in ways they never expected. 12 months after buying that stupid car, Maria did something that left everyone speechless. She quit her cleaning job. Not because she was fired, not because she gave up, but because her own cleaning business was making 3 times more money. She hired her first employee, Susan, another single mother from the neighborhood who was struggling just like Maria used to struggle. By month 18, Maria had 7 employees and was cleaning offices, restaurants, and even small hotels. That little Honda Civic had become the foundation of a business empire. But the most amazing part was still coming. 2 years after everyone criticized her for buying a car instead of saving for a house, Maria walked into a real estate office. But she wasn't there to buy just any house. She bought a beautiful 4-bedroom home in the best school district in Detroit. She paid cash. No mortgage, no debt, no monthly payments hanging over her head. The same neighbors who had whispered about her poor financial decisions watched in shock as the moving truck pulled up to Maria's new house. They couldn't believe their eyes. But Maria wasn't done. She kept her apartment too, and turned it into her business office. She now employed 20 people, all single mothers and people who needed a second chance. Here's what those neighbors didn't understand, and what most people don't understand about poverty. Poor people don't make bad financial decisions. They make survival decisions. Maria knew that car wasn't just transportation. It was time. It was opportunity. It was the key to everything she wanted to build. Think about it. If Maria had put that $3,000 toward a house down payment, what would have happened? She'd still be spending 4 hours a day on buses. She'd still be exhausted. She'd still be stuck in the same job with no time to grow. That house down payment would have sat in a savings account for years while Maria remained trapped in the cycle of poverty. But the car gave her freedom, gave her time. Most importantly, it gave her the ability to use her skills and determination to build something bigger. This is why we need to stop judging people for their financial choices. What looks like a mistake from the outside might actually be genius from the inside. Maria understood something that took her neighbors years to figure out. Sometimes you have to spend money to make money. Sometimes the shortest path to wealth isn't the obvious path. 3 years later, Maria's business, Rodriguez Family Cleaning Services, was making over $200,000 a year. She owned 3 cars now. The original Honda Civic that started it all, plus a van for her business and a new SUV for her family. But Maria never forgot where she came from. Every new employee she hired got the same speech. This job isn't just about cleaning houses. It's about cleaning up your life. It's about building something better for your family. She offered flexible schedules for single mothers, paid for transportation for employees who didn't have cars yet, and even started a small loan program to help her employees buy their own vehicles when they were ready. Emma and Carlos are now in high school, both honor students. Emma wants to be a doctor. Carlos wants to be a businessman like his mom. They volunteer at local shelters, teaching other kids that being poor doesn't mean being stuck. Maria often takes them back to their old neighborhood, not to show off but to remember. Never forget where we came from, she tells them. And never judge someone for the choices they make when you don't know their whole story. The old apartment building where they used to live, Maria bought it. She renovated all the units and rents them at affordable prices to families who are working hard to build better lives. Last month, Maria was invited to speak at a financial literacy conference. Standing in front of hundreds of people, she held up the keys to that old Honda Civic. "Everyone told me I was making a mistake," she said. "They said poor people like me should save every penny for a house. But I knew something they didn't. I knew that car wasn't just metal and wheels. It was my ticket out of poverty." The audience was silent. Then, slowly, people began to clap. The applause grew louder and louder until the entire room was on their feet. After her speech, dozens of people approached Maria. Many were in tears. They shared their own stories of making crazy financial decisions that others didn't understand. One woman had used her house down payment money to buy a food truck. Now she owned 3 restaurants. A man had spent his savings on tools instead of rent money. Now he ran a successful construction company. A young mother had bought a computer instead of furniture for her apartment. Now she was a freelance web designer making 6 figures. All of them had been criticized. All of them had been called stupid or irresponsible. But they all understood what Maria understood. Sometimes you have to invest in your ability to earn before you can save. Maria's story isn't just about one woman who made a smart choice. It's about changing how we think about poverty and financial decisions. The next time you see someone make a choice that seems wrong to you, ask yourself, do I know their whole situation? Do I understand what they're trying to build? That person buying a car instead of saving might be buying their freedom. That person starting a business instead of getting a safe job might be building their family's future. That person taking a risk instead of playing it safe might be the smartest person in the room. Maria Rodriguez taught her entire community that being poor doesn't mean being stupid. It means being creative, resourceful, and brave enough to make choices that others don't understand. Today, Maria's business employs over 50 people. She owns multiple properties, has college funds set up for Emma and Carlos, and recently started a non-profit that provides small business loans to low-income entrepreneurs. And it all started with a $3,000 Honda Civic that everyone said was a mistake. The next time someone surprises you with their choices, remember Maria's story. Remember that sometimes the smartest decision is the one that looks the most foolish to everyone else. What would you do with an extra 3 hours a day? What dreams would you chase if you had the time and freedom to chase them? Don't judge the choices. Celebrate the courage it takes to make them. This has been another inspiring story from Lil Savvy. Remember to like this video if Maria's story touched your heart, subscribe for more amazing stories, and share this with someone who needs to hear that their crazy dreams might just be genius in disguise.